So when you receive an Excel file, or if you've created an Excel file, there are cells of interest in that spreadsheet. And some of them might be, number one, what are the input cells? Number two, what are the external references or links to other worksheets? Which cells contain those links? And number three, are there any plugs in the model? So by way of illustration, we're going to look at a file. And this one is called Phoenix Cheerleading. I downloaded it from the internet. And this is exactly how it looked when I downloaded it. So here's the first, the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Okay, so that's how it looked when I downloaded. Now, the process would be somebody would email me that file, and about 3 to 5 minutes later, I would email them back 2 other files, and this would be one of the 2 files. This is the return file, and the input cells are highlighted in this color. The input cells from external are highlighted in this color, and cells with hard-keyed numbers or numbers that just come out of nowhere are in this color. So these are the examples. So let's have a look at this one. So you can see here's the input. Now that's designated as a cell. That color is designated as a cell with a hard key number. So the hard key number there is 2%. So might be entirely legitimate. We don't know if it is or isn't, but it's pointed out to us. So there's the income statement coming at us, and now this lets you know there's 7 input cells here, 2 don't go anywhere. So for example, this is an input cell, doesn't have any, doesn't go anywhere. So my question would be, well, why is it in the spreadsheet? It's not a result, it's a hard-keyed number. These ones over here, it's this color here, which are cells that have hard-keyed numbers in them. So it's got the -5. So, a lot of those I'm not too concerned about, but I want to know where they are. And in this particular case, I'd say, yes, that's a hard-key number, and it looks entirely legitimate. Okay, so that's just with the highlighted input. The best one to look at is actually this one here, or this one right here. Yes. So it's side-by-side comparison of the original worksheet, which is, we'll see, this is how it originally was, and the red is with the color coding. And we can go over here and we can see there's 21 input cells. The X's indicate there's no input cells that don't go anywhere, so that's good. There's 22 cells of interest that look to be hard-keyed numbers. They got that 2% in there, so it's probably legitimate, but okay, so let's look at the next one. That's how it was. This is how I see it after I run the macro. Okay, this is, you see, but that's just a date. That's perfectly legitimate. Let's go down here and scroll down here. This input. Everything looks pretty good here. Inflation factor, 1 plus C85. That looks okay. So let's have a look at, okay, 1100. D102 times 1 times C. Looks like a strange formula. I don't know why you need the times 1 in there, but that's in there. You can see this is input. Now here's this times 1456. Like, where did that come from? 1950, 1456. Not sure what those numbers come, but it's just, just be aware they're there. Okay, so let's continue on. We'll look at another spreadsheet. Next, this is how it originally was. Okay, so here's your classic case of here's an input in the model, a number in the model, but it doesn't go anywhere. You can do trace dependence on this, and I don't know if that'll come up right now. Yeah, let's just do a trace dependence. Show tabs, formulas, trace dependence, and you'll see it doesn't go anywhere. So it's good to know that you found that. That's an important. Working capital, okay, that's how it was, that's how it is. Okay, they've got these working capital numbers in here that are clearly input numbers, but they don't go anywhere, so that raises an issue. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, here's class. This goes somewhere, input. This doesn't go anywhere. right? So why is it in there? Let's go to the next one. Okay, input, here's another classic situation. We've got numbers in there, but they don't go, there's no dependence for them. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so this is how it originally looked. This is, so here's a plug. So times 816, where does that come from? Times 817, issue. Okay, so this is one, hey, it's got no inputs, perfect, nice little workbook, worksheet. Marketing budget, and so pretty well, that's what the Excel macro does. Very, very handy. So if somebody sends you a workbook, or a workbook, you can have a look very quickly as to what the input is. Are there any external references? In this particular workbook, there weren't any, but it would highlight if there were. And also, are there any plugs in the model? Numbers that just come out of nowhere. So it's handy for if somebody sends you a spreadsheet, but also it's very, very good if somebody to check your own workbooks, because oftentimes we highlight a well-designed spreadsheet clearly designates the input. Well, sometimes you miss the input, and this workbook will confirm that your actual input, as you determine it to be, is actually input. And that is the video for today.